Hello, and welcome to Running the Table, the podcast where we run through everything on the table in the world of sports. And we have some more NFL news. It's finally time. The Aaron Rodgers era in Green Bay finally comes to a conclusion. A fantastic finish for a 3-year long saga with Aaron Rodgers saying that he plans on playing for the New York Jets next season. Tim, are you ready to go?
No, it's been a long time coming. I'm sure this is quite a day for you in all finality, but let's run it.
Let's do it. My quarterback is no longer my quarterback. I've been saying it on the channel. We've been saying it on the channel for a long time. We have plenty of videos on Aaron Rodgers, the Packers, and that saga. It almost seems like too many. So it almost seems fitting that this is how it concluded. Aaron Rodgers went on the Pat McAfee show and he broke the news. He intends to play for the Jets. And he's going to be traded. So, what does that trade look like? We don't actually know yet. We just know that there's either going to be a deal in place or Aaron's just going to retire because he's moved on. The Packers have moved on. And in terms of trades, like Aaron's already made his decision that he wants to go to New York. The holdup is in the compensation, and it's all about both teams coming to an agreement.
Rodgers knows what he wants, and now it's purely up to the
Oh boy, does he!
franchises, and it's going to be what they're able to come up with. Obviously, we've heard of in the past like day or two the fact that Rodgers has a list of free agents that he
His
wants the
wish
Jets to go
list.
after, and they already have announced the signing of Allen Lazard. So that's a start for them. I think the big one would be if they do manage to land OBJ. That would be, you talk about all the wide receivers that New York already has. It's like I have to imagine that one of them. I know we had talked about the past potentially like an Elijah Moore would be some part of this deal, or else they're going to have like 8 wide receivers.
Yeah, they'd have way too many. I mean, they already had Garrett Wilson, Elijah Moore, Denzel Mims, Corey Davis on the roster, and now Aaron goes, yeah, no, give me the guys I had in Green Bay, namely Lazard,
He
OBJ,
wants
and
Cobb again.
Randall Cobb.
He
Those
wants
those two are
85-year-old
just
Randall Cobb.
those two are just joined at the hip. So I mean, someone's gonna have to go,
Yeah.
but essentially what Aaron Rodgers did in the trade talks is he gave us one last gift. He flipped the leverage on its head. The Jets had all the leverage about 24 hours ago. And as soon as Aaron goes, you know what? I want to play for New York. Now the pendulum like swings completely to the other side, and the Packers are essentially they can play chicken for the next few months if they really, really want to,
Yeah.
because the Jets have to give the Packers what they want because Aaron
Or
Rodgers
they don't
is,
get their quarterback.
yeah, Aaron Rodgers is plan A, and there is no plan B, or at least no good plan B, especially considering all the moves that they've
Not in the
already
current
made.
market.
Yeah, no, you could like throw $300 million at Lamar Jackson or like attempt to trade for Ryan Tannehill, but why? Why would you do that?
Yeah, I
Like,
mean the big thing for me is like I think the signing of Alan Lazard indicates where they are going. They would not sign Alan Lazard if they were not going to essentially do whatever it takes to make this deal go through. But like you
yeah,
said,
not for that
now the
much
Packers
money.
can really, really hold out and get essentially whatever they want. They have the decision now of deciding what is enough for, even though it's an aging Aaron Rodgers who didn't necessarily have his greatest season this past year. It'll be interesting to see what the Jets now are willing to cook up, because the Packers sit on the throne of decision making now, and everything has to run through them.
Yeah, and the Packers, there are rumors and reports that they want a Matthew Stafford like deal for Aaron Rodgers, which I'm not sure how plausible or feasible that is
At
personally.
his
If
age, I don't really know about that.
if I just got a first round pick back, I'd be totally, totally fine. But how does this impact each team? With Green Bay, it is the future. I
It's
bought
it's
this
finally time.
jersey. I bought this jersey about 4 months ago for this exact reason, because I knew there would be a time very soon that Jordan Love was going to get the reins, and he is now the QB1, and
Yep.
we just start the cycle all over again. It feels like 2008 all over again, if I'm being completely honest, with a young, bright-eyed quarterback with like late first round pedigree that sat 3 years behind an aging veteran Hall of Famer. And like the expectations for Jordan Love, and this is what I love about it the most, there are none. Like
Yeah.
nobody expects the Packers to churn out a third straight Hall of Fame quarterback. So like
No one knows because we really, I mean, we've seen bits and pieces and flashes of Jordan Love, but we really
mhm.
don't know much of anything about him on this level of playing.
Yeah, like people say like, oh yeah, Jordan Love's a bust. Jordan Love's not good. Jordan Love, da, 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 da,
He
da.
hasn't had a chance yet.
You don't know
Can't call a
that.
guy a you can't call a guy a
I
bust that
don't know
hasn't had
that.
any real chance.
Like none of us know. You can say you know,
No.
you don't. And the reason why we don't know is because we were saying the exact same thing 15 years ago about Aaron Rodgers. People didn't know that Aaron Rodgers were going to be any good. They were still wanting Favre back. Like when Aaron Rodgers first entered Packers camp, they crucified him in the summer of '08. Like it is the same song and dance. So Packers fans, we're happy with the no expectations. And if we do get something good, then that's awesome. And like especially what we have seen with Jordan Love, the physical tools have always been there. And the improvement from the two games that he had like major sample sizes in, from that game at Arrowhead to Kansas City in 2021 to those two drives that he played in Philadelphia in 2022, the improvement is noticeable and drastic. And like all of the pieces are there, in my opinion. I'm a Jordan Love truther. Duh. Like,
Yeah.
can it be more obvious? I'm repping the jersey. I bought it months in advance. Like, of course, I believe in the kid. But, like, it's just, I'm excited to see where the future of this team is going to go.
At the end of the day, you just got to give it time. I mean, it may not be, you know, the greatest first season or even like first maybe couple two, but you see some of these guys. Think of how obviously, I mean, guys like Trevor Lawrence got, you know, thrust into the limelight very quickly, but see how people look at him now compared to how they looked at him throughout his first season in the NFL. You got to give these guys time to mature and figure out, you know, day in and day out what the life of a true NFL starter looks like facing these defenses game in and game out. And you're right. I mean, he hasn't looked bad. And he's got a lot of stuff going for him. It's just whether or not that progression is going to continue to be there and for him to flourish into, you know, his full capabilities. But like you said, it's a new era. And Packers fans, they got to be able to have a little bit of patience if they want to try to reap the rewards of this one without chasing him out of Green Bay before he really
Oh,
gets a chance to
please.
do anything.
We've done this before. Like this is it's like clockwork for us. We know what we're doing. And just like a quick little aside before we move on about Jordan Love and the comparisons to 15 years ago, the Packers have the exact same quarterback coach that developed Aaron Rodgers all those years ago and
He's
turned
still
him
there.
into Aaron Rodgers. Well, it was more like we brought him back, but
No better
exactly.
time to bring him back than now.
Yeah, exactly. It's the same guy. And Jordan Love's draft day comparison, Patrick Mahomes. Just gonna leave that right there. However, Aaron Rodgers will leave a lasting legacy in Green Bay. We'll always love him, even throughout the antics and the bullcrap. He put us through the ringer, far worse than Favre did. Like, really not even close. Favre did not drag this out for multiple years, but Aaron Rodgers is the longest tenured Packer ever. He will be a first ballot Hall of Famer and he'll go to Canton as a Packer. Number 12 will be retired in Green Bay. And he's one of the all-time greats. And I know for a lot of Packers fans that grew up with Aaron Rodgers, this is more sentimental because at least for me, I remember all of the times like when I grew up watching Aaron Rodgers evolve from the young bright-eyed quarterback in 2008 to the MVP to the veteran to the Hall of Famer and just like the evolution of Aaron Rodgers. Like just I connect that with how I've grown up. So like it's like I'm getting older, you know? And we
Yeah, it's
gotta
been a long time coming.
move on. 15 years is a long time, but
Everything comes and goes in professional sports.
and time is a flat circle.
You
But
know it.
now Aaron, like his predecessor, goes to New York. And now Aaron's going to try to change the narrative to earn that second ring. He wants to end his career in storybook fashion with another Lombardi. He takes Lazard, Cobb, and whoever else he's going to bring with him and pairs it up with
Asterisk, in theory.
and pairs with Breece Hall, Garrett Wilson on offense. And he also inherits a pretty good New York Jets defense.
And
So
a young one, too.
the theory is that if Rodgers can't elevate this team and win a Lombardi for the Jets, because that's the expectation. Even as tough
Well,
as
the
the AFC
expectation
is,
for the Jets has been is fix your quarterback situation and you have a contender.
yeah,
So
and now they did. You bring in a future Hall of Fame quarterback, but what I'm hearing is that if Rodgers can't get it done with his up and coming roster, like in the next 2 or 3 years, then it's on him because Aaron wanted this to happen. He willed this trade to happen, and
he thinks he's got what it takes. He thinks he's got enough left
bringing
still in the
his
tank. Yeah.
guys with him.
Yeah.
Like now, it's on you. Are you going to bring what you said you were going to bring?
He's got more experience than pretty much the rest of that team combined.
Exactly. And it's just going to be very interesting to watch the AFC as a whole, especially the Jets, because my God, that conference is so stacked now. We'll
Keeps
be
getting
talking
more and more.
about
It's
it.
crazy.
Like when summer turns to fall, we're doing our NFL previews. We're going to be talking about the AFC, and it's going to be a wild one. But do we have anything else?
No, I mean it's crazy to see this saga essentially finally come to a close. Obviously, we don't know when we'll see an official deal and what the Jets actually have to give up to make this happen.
Yeah, Tim,
Will
it could be tomorrow, it could be next week, it could be like
it could be a
3
month and a
months
half
from
from now.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
We
could
don't
be at
know.
any time. We don't know. I'm sure we'll break the news when the compensation comes out, because I'm going to be excited for the absolute gold mine of first round picks that the Jets are going to give us, right?
Who knows, man? We'll
First
see what they're
round
able to.
picks, give them to us.
I think there'll be a lot of deliberation in terms of what the Jets are willing to pull the plug at to bring him in.
And that's all we got. Aaron Rodgers is not officially a Jet, but he will be in this upcoming season.
He's heading in that direction.
Once the Packers and the Jets get a deal done. But if you want more stuff from us, we are right in the thick of March Madness. So we're going to be breaking down every single round game by game for you. We have tons of college basketball stuff if you want to watch that. We're going to continue to break down NFL news and bring you so much more content as time goes along. But like and subscribe if you want more from us. And until next time, we out.